How's our sound? Do you need anything?
I can check YouTube.
And then Twitch. Ow. Okay. It is live.
Yep, it's working on YouTube.
Copy. I need this. And then, ow. And I'm assuming, okay, ow. Okay, now I think I have my little, there we go, self-promotion in all the channels.
Is anyone, like, has anyone got a response from her?
No.
No.
Now that song is stuck in my head. Apologies.
Which one? Dead Mom or your
No,
improvisational
suddenly.
jazz?
Suddenly.
Is that the one that's suddenly I see?
No, it's not that one. Suddenly, it's Billy Ocean.
Oh god.
It's from the late '80s. It's okay. That's okay. Billy Ocean is an artist worth listening to because he's kind of an amazing singer, honestly. But yeah.
Actually, I said I'm too young for this, but I'm not. Most of my
No, you're not.
playlists are 70s and 80s and 90s, so I don't have an excuse. If you think about it, it's just really beautiful hold music.
I mean, Billy Ocean's likely to be heard in hold music nowadays, so that's fine. That's fair.
Ah! Ow.
I'm cutting and pasting your promo, Marie, into a bunch of the Discords that we don't share.
Yeah, awesome. I was like, if I just keep copying and pasting, it'll be so much easier.
I got my friends on it. I checked. We got at least 2 people.
Okay, Wyrd Roads. Da, 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 da. Cool. I'm putting this in Avanis server also. Omar. We're talking to everybody. Here you go. Check it out. Check out the show. And now I have to actually be responsible and run it. Fuck.
Yeah, we can't just promote it and not actually do it.
Unfortunate. All right. I am putting myself on Do Not Disturb so that I don't get little bloops.
Clickety clackities, no bleep bloop.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly right.
And are we using the ninja vid to chat between us if need be?
Oh.
Or the Discord chat? Usually
Probably
we use
not
the
Discord.
ninja vid.
Ninja vid
Yeah.
makes sense for me because I'm watching you guys on that screen.
Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure that we like pull it up and know to look there.
I will set it underneath these videos here. There we go. These videos, what am I saying? Boop. Yay, my friend Baden is watching. Okay. I am probably as ready as I will be. Ah!
Yeah, we should start. We've been on the start screen for
I'm
too
like,
long.
I'm not nervous. Whew. Okay. Okay. We begin our Valiant tale in a charming little village. In fact, to call it a village might be inaccurate. It's more like a series of villages all tied together, where all manner of beastkin live in harmony. And aptly named, it is called Harmony. We see cute little cottages encircling an enormous tree that seems to actually have a huge opening, like a great arch that you could go into the tree, and many of Beastkin must live here. Above, we see some little ravenfolk children playing, and below, we hear the squeals of laughter and joy as a group of Beastkin children of all manner begin to play a game of hide and seek, it seems. We see a little bear folk cub who is covering his eyes and counting to 30 as all of the others scatter. A little raven folk girl flies up and perches on one of the branches, peeking out of the trees to watch and giggling quietly. as the others kind of hide behind hedges. We hear the music of a little trio of musicians playing, and all of the laughter of these children. As the little bear folk uncovers, with paws uncovering his eyes, we then see him run into the cavern that he knows a lot of his friends like to hide in. But right before he gets to the edge, he thinks he hears something behind him. He turns, he sees the arch of the tree. It seemed for a moment a flicker of the light, as if maybe he saw something within the arch. But ignoring that, not seeing anything else, he darts into the cave. And the sound of laughter is muffled as he slowly gets deeper and deeper into these twisting caverns. The little raven folk child is the first, still hiding in her hiding place in the tree, unfortunately is the first to witness a horrifying onslaught coming out of the tree, out of the arch, just where the little bear folk had stared and thought he saw something. Creatures of strange appearance, unlike anything anyone has ever seen, come out of the arch. Behind them, there is a trail of cloaked figures. Humanoid, it seems. Immediately, they make quick work of capturing the villagers, rounding them up and separating them by age group or whatever else, whatever the method to their madness may be. But very quickly, all that is remaining of the center of this village are smoking little cottages and strange crimson and dark light and smoke coming out of these cold, unfeeling cultists' attack on this village. We go back to the inside of that cavern where a little bear cub looks out but does not have enough time before a clawed hand grabs him and drags him out of the cavern and along with the rest of the village. Harmony is no more. And with that, we're going to go ahead and introduce all of our players. What an upstart, right? Everything's going to be fine and nothing bad is going to happen. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wyrd Roads Beyond the Ice. I am Marie, or Divergent Dryad on the internet, pronouns she, they, and we will be running a Tales of the Valiant game that starts in one setting you may know and love from the Throne and Bone setting, Lou Anders' Norrøngard campaign setting, and as you may have already suspected, diving into the twisting pathways of the Labyrinth by Kobold Press. Let me go ahead and turn it over to Travis. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I am Travis, otherwise known as Zendark on the internet, and I am so excited to dive into it. Just us, right? Not our characters.
Yeah. We'll get to your characters. You can tell us who you're playing if you'd like.
That's me, or OMG Travi on Instagram. I post very, very rarely. But yeah, no, I'm playing Ingvar Udsson, a Hildrefolk cleric, and I can't wait for you to get to know him.
And right under here, we have TaleWeaver Omar.
Hello, everyone. I'm your friendly neighborhood TaleWeaver Omar. And of course, you can always find me here on A Tale of D20s, either running or producing or doing some type of weird craziness on the interwebs. You can find me, of course, at A Tale of D20s or on my personal, where I do all sorts of cosplay and such on TaleWeaver Omar and all of the socials and such. And I am playing a little twist on a raven folk by the name of Araya. You'll see exactly what she's all about as we dive into these characters. So I'm super excited to play and super excited to get into this Norrøngard setting adventure.
Beautiful. And we will come back to Kat, the dungeon mom. She's not here with us yet, but when she arrives, we will introduce her, as well as Io.
Hi, I'm Io. I'm going to be playing Thor, a dwarf. I'm your token representative from Canada in this session.
Wonderful. And last but never least, Michael.
Hello, folks. So Michael, he, him pronouns. I can be seen on the interwebs as Loser MLW at most socials. And I will be playing a character that you will meet later.
Exactly. All right, and with that, we will dive right in. So, TaleWeaver, could you cue that intro?
Certainly.
Welcome back. Let's begin meeting each of these incredible characters. We begin in the gorgeous tree Yggdrasil, high up in one of the rookeries, actually known as Wotan's Gallows, a sacred and holy site where the raven folk of Yggdrasil are protectors and guardians. And I believe one of our characters lives in this area. Now, Araya, would you describe the day that you are currently scavenging for some materials to bring back to the rookery, and who do we see?
Oh, certainly. So before you see, with brilliant black raven-like wings, is a tall woman standing about 5'11". She's very lean but muscular. She wears a white robe and then like a white dress that has an asymmetrical slit going down the left side. She has golden bangles on her wrist, as well as the fiercest high heel shoes without straps that just magically just stay on her feet. As she has an kind of an Afro Latina like hair, a tiara around her head, as with this kind of milk chocolate toned skin. Her blue eyes are very sharp and deep like the sea itself, as she flies around peering down with bird-like precision eyes, trying to grab and scavenge in order to bring back to the rookery.
Wonderful. So Araya has been scavenging. You've already gotten quite a bit of materials that you can bring back. And the rookeries in Wotan's Gallows and in Yggdrasil, these are all put together from any of the natural materials. It's kind of a mix match of all of these different parts of the world to create your home. Now, this was a very important task that your elder entrusted to you. And while you are just about to return home, you see what looks to be a shining, like the filigree of a book, some kind of a tome hidden beneath, like pretty low on Yggdrasil. You're close to the roots right now. And you're seeing this little book. What would you like to do about that?
This one sees something quite strange. What? Araya will look at it and tuck back her wings, going into a sharp dive as she dives down to the ground in order to look at, because just like the Raven folks, shiny things make her very curious and distract her as she's trying to get closer and inspect this object of strange beauty.
You make your way down, and it seems to be a tome of scrolls of some type, but you can't read the language at all. And as you touch it, you begin to hear a strange alien whisper. It's unnerving. But you grab the book and make your way back to your home. Later that evening, you are in the throne room, or kind of more of a shrine, if you will. And your elder, one of your leaders, and also really your parent as well, approaches you and asks how your mission went today. How did the gathering go?
Raya walks up to the elder, bringing back her wings. Now, seeing closer, her wings have strange eye-like symbols on the tips of each feather. As she tucks it back behind her, she kneels down towards the elder, showing respect. Even though it's a parental figure, still someone of who's above her, someone of authority. As she responds, "This one hath performed her task admirably. Thou would be proud at this one's accomplishments. This one believes that she has everything needed to continue our rituals and ceremonies."
That is very good. Did you find anything of interest?
She stops for a second, thinking back at the book that she found. "This one, no. This one hath not found anything that thou might find of interest or of any curiosities."
You know this look. You've gotten it over the years many times. You've always been curious. This is the look of an elder who is older than time and has greater insight than you can ever imagine possessing. She leans in. "Araya, speak the truth."
Araya looks down and away, not locking eyes with the elder. Reaching back behind her wing, she touches the book. This one...
You hear the whispers again.
This one apologizes to thee. Thou was right. This one has found a strange tome, and pulls out the book, trying to hold back the whispers and not show any type of pain or annoyance upon her head.
The moment that you uncover it, her eyes grow wide and very serious. "Araya, you must not touch that. This is a forbidden tome. We believed it to be lost. It must be destroyed and kept from sight. You will immediately do so."
Right.
Not trusting that you will accomplish this task, and not trusting it to be such an important task to be given to anything more than truly some of her first right-hand leaders of the Wotan Scallows. She calls in some of the other priestesses who come and immediately go to make quick work of taking the tome from you and hiding it away.
Wait.
But then we fast forward, because later that evening you went back and you took that tome. You managed to steal it away, and you kept trying to understand the language. Every few nights, you'd open it up in secret, trying to understand. The whispers got louder and louder, and they called to you. They called you back to where you found the tome to begin with. You began to feel like you could understand it, like there was a presence calling to you that needed your help. And as only Ravenfolk can, you navigated Yggdrasil's branches and found your way towards the presence and opened a door. And through that door stepped a large, towering bear folk, white fur, but covered in armor plating in different parts of her body. She has singed edges, it looks like, with the way that black, like ashy color kind of is at the tinges of her white fur. It looks almost burned, but isn't. One eye is visible, the other completely covered with a half-plate mask. And behind her is an army of Sitar, void creatures that seek to bring the void to all worlds and destroy them. These towering alien creatures with lizard-like scales, but purple and blue coloring, razor-sharp teeth, and big bulbous eyes, cold, unfeeling. The same eyes that we saw moments ago off-screen in Harmony. It didn't take long before this force made absolute destruction of Wotan's Gallows. And Araya, you see your parent, your elder, being cut down as you flee into the branches and into another world. And with that, we will see what other world that is. Ingvar, you will be my next victim.
Are you sure?
Yep. Thank you so much, Araya. We love you, and we will see how you catch up with your friends. Soon to be friends. Ingvar, you are in the city of Bensa. Let me go ahead and bring us to that map. There you are. For anyone who is watching the stream, we do actually have, I believe that we have put it in chat, hopefully, there is a watch mode where you will actually be able to watch our Shard VTT display as we're playing and see what we're seeing. So, Ingvar, you have made your way back to Bensa. You've been here before, of course, and you have some friends here, including the eccentric old blind woman, Penelope, who the Norrøngard don't particularly respect. It's kind of unusual to grow to such an old age and be sort of frail. There's almost a tinge of pity that you sense that they see her with. For she has not lived up to the Norrøngard way of dying gloriously in battle, fighting the good fight for glory and honor. But you, on this mission, are not here to see her just yet. You are here in the High Father's Temple. So, as you enter this very glorious temple, and the High Father is essentially the god of all gods in Norrøngard. He's the guy. He's kind of the dude. And you're not exactly a follower of his. So, what brings you here, my friend? And describe for us, who do we see in this High Father's temple?
Yes. So you see Ingvar with auburn red-brown hair, full of beads, trinkets and jewels adorn it. He is clearly wearing holy vestments and liturgic gear, tabards that are adorned with the runes of the gods that he does pray to. Otar and Zerth, and a few of the eldest gods. He has chains and beads wrapped around him hanging, and he wears several rings that also have cuffs and bangles that symbolize his status as a person of the cloth and of faith. He has holy waters or unholy waters at his waist, and there is a lingering sense of mirth and frankincense in the air. In the picture, you will see that his tail is also adorned with jewels and lots of golden filigree, as well as a censer hanging off of it that is a silver mirror-plated censer. In this temple, he has that currently hidden under his garments and tucked away. But also perched on his shoulder is Sigrun, his faithful summon. She is a blessed raven, a blessed white raven of Zerth, the matron of aging and wisdom. And Sigrun is a special raven. She is white. She has a nose ring with jewels in it. On her little crow feet, she has a few rings and a necklace of pearls. She is clearly not just a random bird. She is a pet of someone, and that someone is me. And I am here, Ingvar Oddsson, follower, cleric of the old, to beseech the Allfather and call out. As earlier, I was in a temple of old and given a message, a vision to go south to this very place and to beseech, to call, and to declare my intentions to the highest of them all. And you see him climbing the steps of the temple, making his way midday, or just after the mass session, seeking to speak to the head cleric and the leaders of this temple.
All right. So you're making your way into this temple. As you see the normal sort of vibe. There are followers who are here worshiping. There are candles lit. There's a section for, sort of saying words of remembrance to, fallen friends, or asking for hope, any other kind of blessing or boon. We also see some clerics doing their work. And as you seek to speak to the high cleric, you see a sort of strange figure. You haven't seen this person in this temple before, you don't think. They're sort of wearing a cloak as they pass you. You notice they kind of keep their eyes down and try to get out of the temple, kind of in a, not hurry, but definitely not the same vibe as the rest of the clerics here. It almost seems out of place.
I have a passive 15 insight. Would that set me off? Because I am in a hurry, but this is a place where I would be on guard, because I know that this is, I'm going to, I'm planning to cry out to the old gods. So I'm sort of on alert and scoping this place out. So I think I would be...
Go ahead and make me a perception check. I think you have a high enough insight just passively that something feels wrong here.
All right. Oh, it looked so beautiful until it landed. That's only a 7.
Oh! But gosh, look at those gorgeous dice.
I know. It's okay.
So you don't, there's nothing about that. You kind of like look them up and down as they're passing you, trying to understand why it just feels off. But you
just,
don't notice anything. Yeah.
Mental note for later.
Mental note for later. You're sort of just tracking it.
Okay.
But you don't notice anything else. It's just you can't shake that sense that something's wrong. But moving forward, you find the head cleric, and they bring you into a quiet room where they, ask, what is it that we can do for you? What do you seek today?
First, I offer you thanks for allowing me into your sacred hall, and many blessings be upon you. I confess to you, I am here to beseech Otar.
Otar. You see a bit of almost a chuckle. Otar was slain by the High Father, child.
I know.
Perhaps you have hit your head.
That I have not. Oremnuvir is truly the High Father, but is Otar really gone? I was given a vision by Zerth herself in the temples west of Dragon's Perch. She sent me here.
You come saying that Zirth sent you here. I know nothing of this connection, but of course, as you know, Zirth was Otar's wife. It would make sense that she would send you perhaps a vision. The gods.
Pray you
move
think I'm a
strangely.
fool?
He is a dead god, my
To
friend.
you.
Forgive me. It is not my place to judge who you pray to, but if you seek answers, there are other gods.
Perhaps the High Father will answer when I make my call.
Perhaps. I will leave you to it then.
After this cleric leaves, I will take a breath in this space and say out loud, well, tensions run high. I think that your people love you dearly, but you must answer to me, and I will begin to sprinkle sand I've gathered on my travels and petals, and I will also lock the door if I can.
Okay.
And when I do, I will have, after I've created this sort of circle, I will carve the rune of the Allfather and Otar, and then I will derobe, exposing my back.
Oh.
And I will beseech the dead god Otar and his son, or the new High King whom is responsible for the curse upon me and my people. They are responsible, one of them, and they shall answer me.
Okay, let's do it. Okay. You know what? I like this. Go
And
ahead.
I
Go ahead.
would like to give just a smidgen of background for our audience. So, as I mentioned earlier, Ingvar is a Huldrefolk, which is a Fey creature whom was cursed. Their species was cursed at inception by Otar, the Allfather back in the day. And I am not happy being cursed, and I am beseeching him. And there is a hole and a void in my back that represents this curse upon my species. And that is why derobing and exposing myself is quite a feat.
It's spicy. All right. Let's see. What are we going to make this roll? Because I like it. Let's do 2 things. Let's start with an intimidation check, but you can use your wisdom as the modifier.
Ooh, love that. Okay. So that will be a +1 to this. Oh my God.
Go
So it
ahead and
doesn't-
make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. I feel like things aren't starting out great, guys. I think I might
I
switch
like
to
it.
natural dice.
Nope, we're here for the
Okay.
story, baby.
You're
We're
right,
here
you're
for
right,
the
you're
story.
You're right.
Don't think I'm mean to him. I let everyone roll real dice if they want to.
No. 100%. I'm just kidding. I just didn't want a nat 1 on that.
All right.
First roll, not one.
Lies.
No, I rolled a 7 before, so not that bad, but still.
Starting off strong.
Yes. All right. So on a 16, you call out. Your words fall silent. You stand in this quiet room, calling out to a dead god. How dare you? You have a sense of being punished. Was it not enough that your silly Zirth had to favor the Holder folk so much? His work in slaying Otar is done, and it is unquestionable. You should be ashamed. And you feel the weight of a god that you can't see bearing down on you.
I think I fall to my knees in this scene, and you hear the ache and a sob, and then I cry out, "Do your worst. What more can you do to me? I am ashamed, but I will be no more." And you see his hand just sort of like, the tears sort of drop into the tears, onto the sand and the petals, and he like clenches his fists as he like looks up, like, what more can I do?
Follow. You just feel this sense that a god older than time, greater and more powerful than anything you could ever imagine, is telling you to know your place. And with that, we shift to our next victim. We are going to introduce our lovely Tor.
Are we sure?
Yeah!
It's not looking too good for the others. I can pass.
Hey, I couldn't control what the dice did.
All right.
I couldn't put my finger on that, guys. Oh yeah, look at our little
we
not a
go.
boy. I love them.
Hi.
All right. So, Tor, after a very long and grueling expedition with your company of Dwergrian dwarves, which, for those watching here, the Dwergrian dwarves do not follow the same cultural beliefs as the Norrønian dwarves. The dwarves of Norrøngard have very different lives and beliefs. So, our friend Tor who do we see as you are now actually in Bensa, here to sort of rest and recover after such a grueling journey?
Thor is your average Underheim dwarf, which is a section of mountains a little bit isolated from most of the population, like southeast from where we're currently staying. They're a population of dwarves that have stayed a little bit more isolated from the rest of the cultures, and therefore have, in contrast to Norrøngard culture, kind of kept this sense of identity and not merged very much. And specifically, we're pushed back to those mountains and this section of the world after the invasion of the frost giants up north from their ancestral homes. As such, every year there are companies of dwarves that are sent in missions to try to reclaim, or at least just find as much information from what's the situation up north for someday an eventual exodus back to the homes that they come from. Thor is the leader of one of these companies, which has been going up north, and on their way back down to Underheim, stopped at Bense to recuperate and refocus before they take the boat that brings them back down closer to the mountains that they call home. But sadly are leaving behind one of their dwarves who hath fallen in love with a commoner from Bense and is now bearing, I believe, a very young dwarf baby that the company of soldiers are befuddled as to what to do, but supportive nonetheless.
Indeed.
Thor is pretty tall for a dwarf, which is still not very tall. Stocky, very well built. Really very much the build of a warrior and or a worker, someone whose like main day-to-day work is physical work. They wear pretty much constantly a full plate of armor that is like necessarily mobile for like movements of both mining and or combat. And specifically their weapon also reflects their duality, where he has a war pick that functions both for picking mines and a huge shield in the shape of a spade that is as good for digging or protection in a mines when something falls as to just protect from blows from an enemy. And he is in Bensa in a culture that he does not understand, looking with big eyes, I think, around him.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have actually just sort of stumbled across, there's Stolke's Hall, which you know that's sort of the spot to hang out and rest and relax after a hard day's work. So you know that it's getting close to time to sort of relax, get a meal and whatnot. Some of the other dwarves will probably also be there, the ones who haven't left yet. But you've also just stumbled across an elderly woman. She actually bumps into you, it seems. She has sort of a like a walking stick and seems to be blind. Oh, excuse me, young one. I didn't. I should really watch where I'm going.
Like an awkward laugh of like, yes, oh no, haha. I must reinforce that you did a joke. And Thor's arm is out, like to just stabilize her, and so she doesn't fall.
Oh, so sweet, such a doll, such a darling boy.
His arm's really high up because technically he's pretty short, so it's like a nice stable arm up.
She's wearing sort of, it looks like hand-woven clothing, very intricate patterns, absolutely totally sheer white gray hair, extremely old woman, very frail looking. And she's got a bag right now that seems to be a bunch of different yarns and materials in the little basket that she has here with her. I wonder if you would help me. I'm expecting a visitor, and I seem to have too much yarn. It's just, that's what I forget. I'm so absent-minded, I suppose.
Of course.
Go ahead. Go ahead and give me an insight check, Tor.
All right, all right. Is he good at that?
I don't know.
No, he's not.
Not my job to know if he's good at that.
That's a 3 plus 0.
3 plus 0. On a 3 plus 0, I mean, she just seems like a charming little old lady. She just needs some help.
I am Tor, at your service, and he grabs the bag. Like
So
one hand the bag, the other hand the lady.
Ooh, so formal, so strong. Please, this way. She leads you to her little home that seems to double as a little shop. And inside, as you walk in, you get ding, the little bell at the door. You walk in and you see all manner of knickknacks. There's like little clockwork gadgets. There are, again, intricate like woven tapestries sort of on the walls. All kinds of different fabrics are in here. A little like rocking chair, and a very gorgeous like little tea set that she has. It seems to already be boiling water over a fire, as if for the perfect timing, she has arrived and it is now at the perfect temperature. How that could be done, who is to say? But she offers you a cup of tea while you come in.
Yeah, Thor drops the stuff very, very carefully. And I think has like big eyes looking around at all this, the essentially craft that is on display in the store. Is it what one would consider like good quality? Like,
Oh yeah.
oh, okay, so like big eyes of, I think, being impressed at.
Yeah, it's breathtaking. I mean, you remember, like, it's almost reminiscent to Underheim in the sense that all of the decor in Underheim are things that you can move and take with you. All of the tapestries, all of the like wooden carvings and things. Instead of caverns with carved into the stone and marble and things that are forged to be permanent, Underheim feels temporary and also like home. It feels like no matter where home is, these are parts of your identity that you carry with you and how you celebrate your culture. And being in this shop also has that feeling. Like any of this could be moved with her and has been made with love and care.
You are a craftsperson. This is.
Oh, I dabble, I suppose. I can spin a yarn.
It is very impressive.
Well,
Thank
thank you. That is very kind of you, Tor. Where are my manners? I am Penelope. Some just call me Pen. But
Well
it
met.
is well met as well. I was expecting a visitor. She doesn't usually arrive late. But Zapien should be here soon. Hopefully, unless she has been delayed. You immediately recognize that name.
Yeah, I think I do. We've spent
Yeah.
a lot of time on the road
Yeah,
talking about what to do when a soldier has a baby.
Indeed. So Zapien, who we will meet in later episodes, but she actually traveled with Tor and the company of dwarves. She is a Vula. I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Vulva. Ha. Yep, I said it, guys. It is correct, though. I checked the pronunciation, which is basically a priestess. She travels with a group of priestesses of Zirth, of the personification of advanced age. You know, they are priestesses of Zirth, but they also kind of just follow the winds. This group travels all around, and they happened to run into Tor a while back. You didn't know that that Zapien had connections so meaningful here, I suppose, but it would make sense.
Yeah, there's definitely like a spark of like, oh, someone I know in this huge city of people I do not know. And Thor's like awkwardly just like, I don't know how to mention that I know her. Is it weird? I just like, I'm inside this lady's home. But there's like clearly like a fidgety like anticipation and
Nice.
very easy to clock, like looking forward to when Zapien comes in.
Amazing. All right. As you're settling in, you see she continues sort of knitting or weaving something after you've had some tea and waiting for her friend. As that happens, we actually are going to shift scenes. As Ingvar, you're making your way back to sort of out of the High Father's temple. And as you have many times, you are approaching Penelope's shop to have a cup of tea with her and Zapien, who you were expecting to be here later today. And I'm going to shift that whole scene from that. We'll pick up there. But first, let's see where Kurruk is. We've got a lot of different characters, y'all, so strap in. So, we begin in icy, frigid caverns. The walls are dark, grim, cold. It almost looks crystalline, which could be beautiful if there was any light in these hallways, but there is not. Kurruk, you are walking up to basically a platform, and meeting you, not for the first time, but it is a rare honor, is Lord Commander Mara Frost, a towering 7.5, almost 8 feet tall bearfolk, armor plating on sections of her body. She has one eye that is exposed and looks almost purple in color, like an indigo, but it shifts as if there's almost another color swirling inside. The other eye you can't see at all as it's covered by armor plating, along with much of her forearms and parts of her body. This is the commander, the leader of the Crimson Knights Beyond the Stars. The same group that you were conscripted into when you were very young. And today you're being promoted. The Lord Commander is introduced. Step forward, Kurruk. You have done impressive work. You have led us to a great many worlds that were in need of our cleansing and protection. Today, I bestow a gift. One of the robed figures standing beside you hands her a cloak, a long cloak, and a brooch. And on that brooch, it is a white shield with red crimson outlining and 3 stars, 2 black and one, or two black and 1 crimson. Today, you don a leader's cloak. You will be taking on more responsibility very soon. You should be proud. How is Kurruk feeling, and who do we see accepting this honor?
Stepping forward from the line is a 7-foot bear folk with cream-colored fur, small patches of dark dot around his eyes and around his snout. The tips of his ears, the fur around his wrists going into his hands. Definitely a fur color that matches the icy cold of the surroundings. He's clad in very simple but worn leathers, a pack on his back. At his side, on his left side, a small hammer hangs from the belt, and on the right side, a small scythe is sheathed, ready for service. Kurruk steps forward and kneels at the foot of the Lord Commander. It is my honor and privilege, Lord Commander.
She looks pleased that you accept this so willingly. She bestows the cloak, puts it around your shoulders, and attached is the emblem of the Crimson Knights, the emblem of a leader. And your job, your next task, you will lead your own mission. We are going to a world we have long dreamed to cleanse. It is filled with chaos, but we can help. It is called Norrøngard. You don't recognize the name, but most of the places you've gone, you don't recognize the names. After the ceremony concludes, you are walking the halls alone. You used to have at least friends. You had, or allies, some measure of in a very long time. Missions are often split up, people are separated. You're not always on the same mission. But you don't know what happened to him. And as you're walking and wandering, you make your way down a hall you haven't seen before, perhaps because you didn't have clearance to be in this section of the headquarters.